Alright, hey guys, this is the Ugandan Millennials. We are back with part 2 talking about sexual abuse. Alright, so as you guys know, I'm Claire in this journey. A lot of people are requesting that we talk more about rape, what rape is, what the victims face, and stuff like that, because piggybacking back from the other video where we was talking about toying, now we're gonna go deep.
And if you didn't watch that video, we're gonna attach it here. I think that you should watch it first before getting to part 2.
Right. Okay, so what is sexual abuse? Sexual abuse is when what is sexual abuse? So sexual abuse is any form of forced or unwanted sexual activity.
Sexual abuse can be molestation, rape, statutory rape, coercion,
and assault, sexual assault. Let's talk about that. Anybody touching your body without your consent, that's sexual assault. Let me say, if somebody wanna touch your body, if they touch your bum, they touch anything, they touch on your body, forcefully, or
lower back,
right, just for them to feel, whatever they feel. I don't know how they feel, but that's sexual assault. So don't touch nobody, guys. If somebody did not consent to you touching them, do not touch them, because their body is theirs and theirs only, unless when they invite you to it. So how does sexual abuse affect victims?
Victims are affected mentally, emotionally. They're scarred for the rest of their lives.
And sometimes physically too.
Yeah, they are affected physically. Severe cases can vary from, broken limbs, scratches, scars that they're never able to fully get over.
Right. But I feel like the most one is emotional and mental. Once somebody takes your innocence away, it's like you're gonna have some type of trauma. You're just always not gonna be good. So I feel like the trauma that comes from sexual abuse is really, really serious. So if you're out there and you feel like you could just do whatever to women, or you've raped somebody, just know that they will never forget you, and that trauma that they always carry with them is your responsibility. Why don't sexually abused victims speak out? I think most of them do not speak out because they don't want to be shamed. They are scared somebody's not going to believe them. Some are in shock. Obviously, this bad thing happened to you, so you're in shock. Your whole body is in shock, and you don't know how long that's gonna last. And
aren't always taken seriously when it comes to such allegations, and that's the worst part about, I'm not gonna say this country, but worldwide. There's rape kits that are sitting in places, police stations, for years, months, and they're never attended to. So it's like, who's really going to do something? Not all the time does the suspect get arrested,
right,
or is it even handled properly. So it's like, why even bother? And you should never feel like that.
Right. And then I think I want to talk about, in the Black African Caribbean families, most stories of, most excuses that people say why people never spoke up or why they wouldn't speak up is because of the shame, or they don't want the victim, they don't want anybody to know what happened to the victim because they think they're gonna shame them, or people feel like they won't respect the person anymore, they're not gonna respect their daughter or their son, because honestly, sexual abuse, let's be real, it happens to both, men and women, little boys and little girls. It happens to both genders. So it's not like men can get raped or little boys can get raped. They do get raped, and those are the most cases that actually do keep quiet, because it's shameful. They make it shameful, and it shouldn't be shameful to speak up, because why would you be shameful? Why would you be ashamed?
Why don't parents speak to their children about sexual abuse?
Well, most parents do not speak to about sexual abuse to their children, because they think my kids are too young, they're not going to be able to understand it. Let me tell you something. Kids are innocent, and people love to take advantage of innocent beings. So if you feel like you're not going to talk to your child about sexual abuse because you think like it's not necessary, or they're not going to understand it, they'll understand it. The only thing you just have to tell them is like,
in a way that they would understand.
In a way they're going to understand it.
If such and such touches you here, let me know. And if they touch you here,
if they touch your breast,
yes,
let me know.
If they see, or if they ask to see certain parts of your body, let me know. Because
or they ask you to touch any certain parts of their body, anything like that, that's no, because that's how kids lose their innocence. And let me tell you something, if you tell your children about rape from the young age, nobody's gonna take advantage of them, because they already know. They're like, no, mommy or daddy told me when this happens, I have to go speak up. Or my aunt told me when it happens, I have to speak up, because this shouldn't be happening. So you're saving your children actually from being abused just by talking to them about it. And I think, what do other people say why they don't tell their children about it?
They feel like they're protecting them. Like, why bring up such a topic to your child? But it's a possibility that can happen without your knowledge. You don't know. And of course, the suspect or the person in wrong, they know that kids don't know how to lie. They learn to lie. So they're going to teach your child to lie to you.
Right.
Don't tell anybody about this. And that's like flaw number one.
And then also other parents are like, well, I don't let nobody babysit my kids. My kids are only babysat by people that they know, their aunties, their uncles. Well, sorry to burst your bubble. Most children, the people that abuse them is the people they live with in the home, or people that are close to them, like uncles, like aunties. I mean, some parents even abuse their own kids. Like, not saying it happens a lot, but it does happen. Some parents do abuse their own kids. So if you're not telling your child about sexual abuse because you feel like only the people that you know or your friends are the only people that are gonna be around, no. That's even more reason why you should speak up and tell them, because people out there, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Most people that I know that were sexually abused, they were abused by family members, which is very sad.
So basically, the people that play a role aren't just the people, strangers. They can be a coach, a teacher, a mentor, a best friend,
a cousin,
anybody,
a brother,
it doesn't have to be just
a mom,
family or a complete stranger that you see on the street and they kidnap your child or something. No.
True.
Anybody can play a role.
True.
Why do parents feel a certain guilt when this happens?
I think parents feel a certain guilt after sexual abuse has happened to their children, because they feel like, I didn't protect you. Like, I wasn't there. Maybe if I was there, then that wouldn't have happened to you. But let me tell you something. You could be there as much as you want to be, and your child is still going to get abused. My thing is, when your child gets abused and they come and tell you, you have to be strong enough. You have to be like, you're the only person they trust. So if they come to trust you and they tell you that, they know that you're gonna speak up. You're gonna speak to the victim and you're gonna do something. So if you keep quiet, that's why you're always gonna feel guilty, because you kept quiet and you didn't fight for your child. You didn't fight for their innocence, and you didn't even let them know that they matter. Like, your innocence matters, and I'm just gonna be like I just feel like I want to cut that out.
Yeah, because you just started going.
I remember. Okay, yeah, I remember.
Don't break your children's trust. That's like the first way to break their trust, is to not be there for them.
Yeah, and parents feel like if I buy you everything that you want, you're gonna forget about it. No, the worst thing is you not confronting the person. You not confronting the situation. You just being quiet. Like, just don't think that just because you provide everything for the kid, that everything is gonna be okay. It's still not gonna be okay, and that child is still not gonna know how to deal with themselves.
The relationship dynamics the victims face after going through such an experience is they're unable to trust, and not only unable to trust other people, unable to trust themselves, unable to trust their family members, unable to trust their friends.
Because it's like, if somebody that you trust did that to you, or could be if somebody just did that to you, it's like you're just not gonna trust easily. And then most of the time these victims are depressed, guys. They are very, very depressed. They have anxiety, and it's like sometimes they can't have regular conversations.
Yeah, that affects anxiety, and depression affect relationships.
Right. So it affects relationships. So if you know somebody that sexual abuse happened to them, it's not because they don't want to talk to you, or they don't want to confide in you, or they don't want to speak up. It's because they're dealing with so much. And parents, watch out. If your child goes somewhere to somebody's home, or somebody comes into the home and their behaviors change, usually something happened, because children's behaviors do not just change out of nowhere, just to throw that in there, because it really doesn't. Some kids just start acting out. Some kids just start being very sleepy. They just don't want to get up. So, just look out for that.
Families and friends should definitely try to figure out ways to speak to the victim. That's one thing that a lot of people don't do, is when someone is facing anxiety or depression, they just also get into this fear that they can't connect with them anymore. But honestly, all it takes is some research and time, and their phrases, their angles, to get at the person to be able to trust you, to open up to you. Because if you don't do that, they're not going to open up to you, or they're not going to trust you. So you have to take in the time and effort to research on how to handle a sexual assault victim or a person facing anxiety and depression due to sexual assaults.
Right. And if you were abused, in case you were, somebody sexually abuses you, make sure you go to the police. Make sure you get some type of therapy if you cannot get somebody to talk to at home, because usually that's a lot of trauma, and you need to speak to somebody. You need to speak to a professional. So parents, get that therapist number, take that child. Or if you're already grown and this happened to you when you were a child, have to deal with it.
There's still time to deal with it.
You still have to deal with it, because it's going to affect your relationships. It's going to affect, like, not only the relationship you have with your partner, it's going to affect relationships with your coworkers, relationships with your parents, relationships with your friends. So please go get help.
If you need somebody to talk to, there's always someone out there to listen. Please don't ever feel like nobody's going to listen, nobody's going to hear me out.
We're going to listen to you.
And it's as simple as a phone call, 1-800-656-HOPE. That's 1-800-656-4673.
Right. And, like I said, we could listen to you. Could leave us a comment and be like, DM us, anything. We will always answer. So just to let you guys know.
So that's all on this topic. We thank you guys for watching and listening.
And sharing and subscribing and leaving comments. We appreciate you guys so much. So I guess until next time.